So you can now go through that question. So the question we want to deal with is a question for the sitting of August 2022. It was question number 4, part B. So we start off with the Roman letter 1. We start off with the Roman letter 1. We start off with the Roman letter 1. How to calculate economic order quantity. Economic order quantity is supposed to be given by 2. It is supposed to be given by 2 RS divided by CI. Then we come up with that particular format. So the question I said, you go to page 6. Just check the sitting. Probably my page is different from yours. Go to August 2022. Question number 4. It was question 4, part B. It's on page 6 on my side. I don't know on your side. I don't know about on your side. Yeah, so you confirm that. So R is not given. R is annual demand in units. They gave you the purchases. Are you able to see the information about the purchases in the note number 1? Note number 1. Purchases is how much? It is 2,160,000. But the cost per unit is how much? 60. So when you divide by 60, you now get the number of units. R is the annual demand in units. They gave you the purchases in shillings. So to get that R, take those purchases in shillings, divide by the price per unit. So what should it be? What should be our R? Sorry. You are getting which figure? 36,000. So this is 36,000. So now we can compute our economic order quantity. Our economic order quantity. So it is 2. So R is 36,000. So S is given to you in the note number 4. The cost per order placed is how much? So they gave you 240. Then we divide by CI. So C is given as 60. I is given to you in the note number 3. Carrying cost is what percentage of the purchase price per unit? 15. So 15% is the same as 0.15. Then get the square root. So that should be able to give you the economic order quantity. To be able to give you the economic order quantity. Should be able to give you the economic order quantity. We should be able to come up with the economic order quantity. Get the economic order quantity. So what should be our economic order quantity? You are getting how many units? You are getting how many units? 13,856. 13. It's a 6 like that. Point what? Or just like that. So 13 is a 5 point. Like that. Okay, so that will be economic order quantity in units. The reason why I'm having it like that because there's somewhere we have indicated at economic order quantity, holding cost and ordering cost are. So we shall now check how to do. So that's now our Roman letter 1. So we go to the Roman letter 2. We go to the Roman letter 2. So Roman letter 2, they were asking you to get the optimal number of orders to be placed. They would like you to get the number of the orders. So to calculate the number of the orders, for us to compute the number of the orders. So number of the orders. Number of the orders to be given by R over Q. So when you want to calculate the number of the orders, you simply take R divided by Q. So R is 36,000. So Q is 13. You can just round it up to 13 places so that we see how many orders are we going to have. So we establish how many orders are we going to have. So there are how many orders? 26 orders. 5.98. So we have 26 orders. 6 orders. Then Roman letter 3, reorder level. Roman letter 3, they would like you to calculate the reorder level. So when it comes to the reorder level, reorder level is supposed to be given by maximum consumption, maximum consumption multiplied by maximum reorder. So when you want to calculate the reorder level, simply get the maximum consumption, not maximum, that's what I mean. So it should be normal consumption over the normal reorder period. It is normal consumption over the normal reorder period. You simply get the normal consumption over the normal reorder period. So normal is the same as the average. Normal is the same as the average. So lead time is the reorder period. It was given in terms of days. You see that note number 6.
Yes.
The lead time was given in terms of what? Days. So we shall also be calculating normal consumption per day, because the reorder period is the same as the lead time. It is given in terms of days. Remember, lead time or reorder period is the time between when you make an order and when you receive the item. That's what we refer to as the reorder period. When you request for something and when you receive it, the time in between is what we refer to as the lead time or reorder period. So because it is given in terms of days, this normal consumption must be in terms of days. So the annual demand was 36,000. You see the 36,000. But they are saying we assume there are how many days in a year?
365.
So divide by 365. This will give you normal consumption per day or average consumption per day. If it is given in month, you will get normal consumption in month. But this one, lead time was given in terms of days. We multiply by that lead time that you are given in the note number 6. Are you able to see 7 days? So multiply by 7 days. That will give you the reorder level. So it has given us which here. You get 690. Yeah, so that is now what we should be able to have for that Roman letter 3. So Roman letter 4, they are saying that assuming for any orders of at least 2,000 units, the farm will get a 5% discount on the purchase price. Advise whether the company should take advantage of the discount or not. So we shall get the total cost at the economic order quantity. Also get the total cost when an order is how many units? 2,000. Then you compare them and check which one has a lower cost. Is it the one at economic order quantity or at the order they have given you as 2,000? So we compare them. First, get the total cost at the economic order quantity. We get the total cost at the economic order quantity. So total cost at economic order quantity. We start off by getting the total cost at economic order quantity. So we have said that total cost is given by RC, then we add a half Q CI, a half Q CI, then we add R over Q 1 by S. We are seeing that to get the total. This is the purchase cost. This one is the holding cost. The other one is what? Ordering cost. So R is the annual demand in units. So remember that 6,000. Sorry, R is given a what? That we calculate because it's 36,000. Yeah, it was 36,000. In fact, we have been given that figure. Then multiply by 6. If you remember the note number 1, they gave you the purchase costs because R is the annual demand in units. C is the purchase cost per unit. So this figure has already been given in the note number 1. It is 2,160,000. Now your figure. But now I had already calculated R. So we had already calculated R. Then C was given. Yeah. So this figure is already given. 2,160,000. Then I already calculated for you the R. Then C is given. Then now we add a half Q CI. So our Q is who confirm economic order quantity with someone got it? 13.
86.
13 into 5,065.
80.
13 into
5.6.
Then C is 60. I is 15%. 27 and 0.1. 5. Then we add. It is R over Q. R is 36,000. So Q is what? 13.85. So what was our S? In the note number 4, the cost per order placed is 200 and what? So get that total cost. But remember, I said this figure and this figure, economic order quantity must be the same. Unless because of the round of off, but the difference will be very small. This one and that one should be the same at economic order quantity. Yes. The numerics. R is supposed to be. Is it 13 or 36? Sorry? This R is still the same. So tumetumia hapa 36,000. Yeah, so that R will still remain the same. These two figures almost the same. At economic order quantity, ordering cost and holding cost are the same. So that is now the total cost at economic order quantity. We also want to get the total cost. The total cost. Total cost if Q is 2,000. You see what they have given me if an order is 2,000 units. Yeah. So when the order is 2,000 units, they have given you a discount of what percent? 5%. So discount affects the C. So C gets 95% of the 60. Because a discount is a reduction in the price. So if the price is 60 and they have given you a discount of 5%, so simply get 95% of the 60, which must be how much? Sorry? 57. So we get that total cost. So R is not affected. You see, our R is 36,000. But you are seeing we use 50 or 27. Then you add a half. So the Q we have changed to what? Then I want you to understand something here. So unakumbuka hii ni holding cost, like rent, but this is the purchase cost. So the C for the purchase is affected by the discount, but the C for the holding cost, it is not affected by the discount. No one will give the discount on credit. I've given the definition of this one, holding cost. So holding cost is like rent you pay for your premises. But this one is the purchase cost. So discount cannot be given on credit. So this C is never affected by the discount. for the holding cost. Discount only affects the purchases costs. RC is the purchases cost. So I want you to get that note that the C of the holding cost is never affected by the discount because it's just like rent. Yeah, when I give a discount to my customer, when I give a discount to you on your fee, the landlord will not provide discount for the rent they are paying. So the discount is simply on purchases, but not on the holding cost. So when you are calculating that total cost, remember this C is not the same as this one. This one is affected by the discount, but this C is not affected by the discount because it is a holding cost. So this one you still use the 60. Still use 0.1. Right, like that. Yeah, I hope we get that point. Yeah, the discount never affects the holding cost. The discount will only affect the purchase cost. So this C is never affected by the discount, but this C is affected by the discount. Then now you also factor in. So that is 6,000 divided by economic order is now 2,000, then also more by 200. So this time they are not the same. This one and this one is not the same because this figure is not the economic order quantity. They have just picked a value. Now, it can only be the same at the economic order quantity. But when you just pick a figure, it will not be the same. So, which cost is more? The one at the economic order quantity, the one in economic order quantity is 2,000. Or which one is less? Let me ask you. The one the economic, the one the discount. Yes. Yeah. So the advice would be that accept the discount offer. Accept the discount offer. Accept the discount offer as it will lead into savings. Accept the discount offer as it will lead into the savings. It will lead into the savings in the total cost. It will lead into the savings in the total cost. So can we get that difference? Get that savings. Get the difference between the total cost to get that savings. How much is our savings? 107. Exactly 107. 107, 150. Yeah. So that's now how to establish whether you have accept the discount or not. So a similar question is there in the pilot paper. December 2021. Go to December 2021. Check December 2021 is the one for the pilot paper. There is a question number 4 part C. there is a pilot paper, question number 4 part C. So go to December 2021. There is a question number 4 part C. Mine is on page 14. Mine is on page 14. So are you able to see page 14? There is a question number 4 part C, the one for the Merchant Sports Club. Are you able to see that? It uses Merchant Sports Club uses 100 replacement lamp for its street lights. So each lamp will cost 80 shillings. So there is 2 December 2021, the one for the real exam and the one for the pilot paper. So this one is on the pilot paper. This one is on the pilot paper. So each lamp will cost how much? 8. Then ordering costs are estimated to be 27. Holding costs are 25% of the cost of each lamp. That's now our I. So the club currently orders according to economic order quantity basis. So the supplier has now offered a club a 2% discount if the club will buy how many lamps at a time? 600, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so using the suitable calculation, advise the club on whether to accept the discount offer or not. So first, get the economic order quantity, then get the total cost at economic order quantity, then compare that with what you will get when it comes to giving a discount. So we start by calculating economic order quantity. So economic order quantity is given by 2R divided by CI. Economic order quantity is given by 2RS divided by CI. So they have already given you all of them. So R is what you are given there as 100 replacement lamps. So R is given as 100. R is given as 1. That figure correct. There's some information which is required, maybe per month, but I'll just do it the way it is for the sake of uniformity. Because they have given us 100 replacement lamp for its street lights. Maybe it is per annum, isn't it? Yeah, because they have not given us whether it is per month or per day. So then S is given. S was given as what? 27. So we divide by CI. C is the price. The price is 8. You see the cost. So 8, then I is what they have given you as 25%, which is the same as 0.25. Then let's the square root of that to give us what is the economic order. Is that right? 51.96. So now we get the total cost at economic order quantity. Total cost at economic order quantity. So total cost, we have said that total cost will be RC plus a half Q C pi. Then we add R over Q multiplied by S. So our R is 100. Our C is which figure? Then a half. So Q, you have said it is 1.96. Then C is 8. I is 0.25. Then plus R. So R is 100. So Q is 51. So multiplied by S, which is for yours. So get that total cost at the economic order quantity. Get that total cost at the economic order quantity. So how much is it? Yeah, Alex online, how much is it? I want us to know what you have gotten at that point, so that we use it to answer your question from the previous question, the savings that you are asking the figure. I don't know how much you are getting for this one. Which figure are you getting for this one when you add them together? Which bag? Now one was completed. 51.96. Quite economic order quantity. 903. 903.92. Yeah, Alex, I hope you have gotten that figure, so that we also compute the total cost with the discount. We now also calculate the total cost with the discount. So total cost with the discount. Total cost with the discount. You want now to see the total cost with the discount. You want to calculate the total cost with the discount. Total cost with the discount. So to get the total cost with the discount, we have been given C. The discount rate is 40%. The discount rate they have given us what percent? 2%. So when it is 2%, we get 98%. We get 98%, which is supposed to be how much? 7.84. This particular Q, I doubt the figure of 600. I want us to use the system, at least it's within the range. The question I had given you 600, but that is abnormal figure. From the R is 100. Yes, R is 100. People require 100 in a year. So why should you make one order of 600? So it is not reasonable. Even our economic order quality is 59. So we cannot have it as 600. Let us use the 60. To be reasonable, it because R is 100. The people use 100 in a year. So why should you order 600? Which means you want to give them for how many years? 6 years. So let's assume Q should be 6. Then we calculate afresh the total cost. So R is still 100, but I've said that the C now will be 7.84. Then we add a half Q. So Q I've changed to 60. Then CI, I said the CI of holding cost is never affected by the discount. So itakuwa tu happy 8. Also multiplied by 0.25. Then we also add R over Q. So R is 100. Q is now 16. So 27 also has not been affected. 27 also has not been affected. So this one will be now how much? 7, 8, 8, 9, like that. Exactly 8, 8, 9. Yeah, so even this one you advise them to accept the discount. Yeah, because the cost of the discount is less than the cost without the discount. So I'm doing so for someone who asked the amount for the savings. So if you want to get now the savings simply take 903. That is what you have been incurred. You subtract 889. Alex, confirm if you got this figure and also you got that figure. That's now when you know how to get the savings. How to come up with the savings. But we have advised them to change to accept the discount, because when you accept the discount, you will incur less cost compared to the total cost at economic order quantity. So one more last question, May 2021, question 5, part B. One more last question, May 2021, question number 5, part B. May 2021, question number 5, part B. So we shall take a short break. For those who are going for the prayers, we can take a short break of around 5 minutes, then we will resume our class. So let us take a short break. But as we go for the break, those who are online, there are some other notes are sent to the class group. The one for the dividend policy. The ones for the dividend policy. Make sure you get those notes. Once we finish this one, we shall now go to the dividend policy. Once we finish this one, we shall now go to the dividends policy. So you can have a short break. So we can check one more question. So this one I said it should be in the sitting of May 2021. It was May 2021, question number 5, part B. Question number 5, part B. So that question 5, part B, it reads that Conex Limited is considering amendment to its current inventory management policy. So the following information relates to the proposed ordering policy. Current policy is to order 200,000 units when the inventory level falls to what level? 70,000. So at the moment, the level drops to 70,000. You make an order of how many units? 200,000. Then forecast demand to meet production requirements during the next year is given as 1.25 million units. Note number 3, the cost of placing and processing an order is how much? 5, and that is our S. Then while the cost of holding a unit is given as what? 1 shillings per unit per year. Both costs are expected to be constant during the next year. Orders are received 2 weeks after being placed with the supplier. So assume 1 year has got how many weeks? 50 weeks. So required the cost of the current ordering policy. The cost of the current ordering policy. Then Roman letter 2, determine the savings that will be made by using what? Economic order policy. By using the economic order policy. So that question, the question has not given you C. C is not given, but instead they have given you CI. So it is not possible to calculate the RC because C is not given. Are you able to see in the question? They have not given you anywhere the purchase price, but instead they have given you CI. They have given you the CI. They have not given us C and I separate. They have combined them together. They have combined them together. So you have that element of CI. So that now will force us not to calculate, because to get the total cost, so we cannot have the CI. But let us just calculate the ordering cost. Roman letter 1, they were asking you to calculate what is meant to be the current, the cost for the current ordering policy. So total cost for this case will be ordering cost, or we can start with the holding cost. Half Q CI. Then we add R over Q multiplied by S. R multiplied Q multiplied by S. So R divided by Q multiplied by S. So we start with half Q CI. So what are we given as the Q? What they have been ordering? Because they are saying the current ordering policy. What have they been ordering? 200,000. But now the level should go down to which point? 700. So already the 70,000, they are keeping it in the store. Already the 70,000, they are keeping it in the store. So it should also be taken into account when you are calculating the holding cost. So apart from the Q, which is given as the 200,000 units, apart from the Q of the 200,000 units, I would also add, so 70 is not part of the Q, but it is in the store. It is in the store. It is part of, this one is the holding cost, the cost of keeping those items. Apart from the 200 that you are ordering, you still have the 70. So this one normally refer to it as the safety stock or the buffer stock. The safety stock or the buffer stock or a reserve or simply a reserve, so that you are not at a shortage. So that you are not at a shortage. I hope you know the fare you pay today. Have you carried exactly the same amount like the fare? Utatumia. Just in case it has gone up, you must have a reserve. See, it is not that you will use it, but you just have it as a reserve. They only order when the level has gone to 70. So when they are getting that order, they still have what? The 70. So that will be part of their cost. So CI, I say, is given as one. Yeah, they have not given you C separately and I separately. Remember, C is normally the purchase price. I is the holding cost percentage. But when you combine them together, it is the holding cost per unit or the carrying cost per unit. C is the purchase price per unit. I is the holding cost percentage. When you combine them together, it becomes the holding cost per unit or the carrying cost per unit. So the question gave you the CI. The question had given the CI in the note number 3. The cost of placing and processing an order is 500, while the cost of holding a unit is what? 1. So you compute that to give you what is supposed to be the holding cost. Then ordering cost is R over Q. So R is the annual demand. R is the annual demand, where they say that we have been having how many units in a year? The forecasted demand, 1,250,000. But one order is 200,000. Our Q. Then we multiply it by S, which is what? That's the current cost of oil. This cost is not the same because this 200 is not calculated economic order product, which is what we have just fixed. So this one and this one will not be the same, unlike the one for the economic order quantity. The one for economic order quantity will be the same, but for that one, do not be the same because they are not at the economic order quantity. So it will come to around a moment. They are getting around the issue there. So that should be the Roman letter 1. Go to the Roman letter 2, where they determine the savings that could be made by using the economic order quantity model. The savings that can be made when we use now. So this is the current ordering policy, but you want now to change to the economic order quantity. You want now to change to the economic order quantity so that we compare them to give us the savings. So that we compare them to give us the savings. So first get the economic order quantity. The economic order quantity is given by 2RS divided by CI. First, we calculate what is supposed to be the economic order quantity. So this will be the same as 2. R is the annual demand in units, where they gave you 1,250,000. You see that here? Then multiplied by S, which is 500. S is 500. Then CI is 1. Then you get that portion. Get that portion to give us the economic order quantity. What should be our A of Q? But 5,355. Yeah, so now we can get the total cost at economic order quantity. We can now get our total cost at economic order quantity. Total cost and economic order quantity. So to get our total cost, remember I've said we cannot have the purchase cost because C was not given. They gave us C time. So we start off with the holding cost. Start off with the holding cost. Remember, holding cost is a half Q C I. So it is a half. When you have the economic order quantity is 35,000. 355. Then multiplied by 1. Because CI is 1. Then ordering cost is R over Q multiplied by S. So those two figures will be the same. So R is 1,250,000. So Q is 35. then S. S is 5. So confirm whether these two figures are the same. At economic order quantity, holding cost and ordering cost will be the same. So get the savings. So to get the savings, compare the cost we have calculated, what they have been ordering against this one. So get the savings by comparing the two costs. Get the savings by comparing the two costs. So that is now all about what was there on page 4, page 3, sorry, which was about inventory or stock management. Yes.
In an instant, compared to the one that were cross financing. Just for sorry.
Yeah, when there is no C, if they give you CI, we cannot have the purchase cost. So you proceed to holding and ordering cost. But if they have given us R separate and C separate, now you can have the purchase cost. You will have the purchase cost. But now I don't have the C. If I could have had an I from the CI, I could get C, isn't it? Yeah, but now I don't have the I, but I'm just combining them together. That's why we don't have the element of the purchase cost, because to calculate the purchase cost must be R, C. R, we have it, 1.25, but we don't have C as a separate item. So let us now check in the handout. Let us go back to the handout. So go now to page. I want you to go to page 4. I want you to check page 4. So page 4, are you able to see be there as the cash management? Let us now check about the cash management. The cash management. So when it comes to the cash management, they are saying that there are normally two models of the cash management. There are normally two models of the cash management. There is the Baumol cash management model, then Miller and Oros cash management model. So the first part, so in your notes, you can write there as the cash management. We have finished the inventory or stock management. So you can have a subtopic as the cash management. You can have a subtopic as the cash management. So under that, there are two models there. So start with model number A. You can write there formal cash management model. You can write there the formal cash management model. You can have the formal cash management model. The formal cash management model. So when it comes to the formal cash management model, they have said that the model was developed out of economic order quality. The model was developed out of the economic order quantity. The model was developed out of the economic order quantity. So I've just indicated there as economic order quantity which is supposed to be given by 2RS divided by CI. This is what is indicated there, even though it is not clear. So that is what should be. While the Baumol model of the cash management is expressed as follows. So C should be equal to 2FT divided by. So you can write that this is the Baumol cash management model. It is the Baumol cash management model. So they have indicated there where K. So our K is interest rate on the marketable securities. Then C is the optimum cash balance to be raised by selling the marketable securities. F is the fixed transaction cost of selling the securities per transaction. Then T is the total amount of cash required for the entire period. So it is indicated there. I've also given you assumptions of the Baumol's model. So you will go through them. Then we have also indicated reasons why individuals or firms will hold what? Cash. So why do you normally have cash for yourself? Number one is transaction purpose. Number two, precautionary measures. Number three, for speculative purpose. Number four, financing of the borrowed amount. Then there is also to enable the company to pay its bills when they fall due. So those are the reasons why we normally hold cash. They normally ask you some questions in relation to that. They normally ask you some questions in relation to that item. That's why we should be able to read that question. Like now, there was a question. Not able to locate the question. The reason why organization hold cash is among the last 5 sittings. When I get the question, I'll let you go through it. But they simply ask you 3 reasons why organization normally hold cash. So you explain the transaction, the precautionary, and the speculative. So let us check now the question for November 2011, question 4 part B. November 2011, question number 4 part B. I want you to check the question for November 2011, question number 4 part B. November 2011, question number 4 part B. I want you to check November 2011, question number 4 part B. November 2011. Question number 4, part B. So are you able to see that November 2011? It is on which page?
90.
You can see page 98. So it is meant to be question number 4, part B. So that question 4, part B, the one for Barron Limited, projects that cash outlay of 45 million will occur uniformly throughout the year. It will occur uniformly throughout the year. The company plans to meet its cash requirement by selling the marketable securities from its portfolio. The expected return from the company's marketable security is 8% per annum. And the cost per transaction of converting securities into cash is 13 shillings. So required optimal cash balance. Roman letter 2, average cash balance. Roman letter 3, number of the transfers between the cash and the marketable securities. So most of the question, they will not tell you to use this model or the other, but from the details provided, we can be able to establish which model are we supposed to use. Like now to get the optimal cash balance is the same as our C. We get the optimal cash balance is the same as our C. So C is supposed to be given by 2FT divided by T. But we have said that F is the fixed transaction cost per transaction. You can check in the question, they have said that the transaction cost of converting security into cash is 30. Then T is the total cash required in a year, whereby they gave you 45 million shillings. Then K is the interest rate, where they gave you 8%. So from this, our C will be 2. So F is 13, T is 45. Then divide by 0.08, that is 8%. When you take 8 divided by 100, the same as 0.0. So get now the square root of that. So this question is on the bottom cash management. So that one should give us around how much? We are getting 183, 711, 712. When you round off, 712. So we go to the Roman letter 2. Roman letter 2, average cash balance. How to get the average cash balance. So we also want to see how to compute the average cash balance. So to get the average cash balance, simply take what was there as our T, divide by number of days in a year. Number of days in. When you want to compute the average cash balance, simply take the T is the annual demand. Remember, D is the annual demand. T is meant to be right. So that figure is given as 45. Are you able to see the 45 millions? So you take the 45 millions. They have said we assume there are how many days in a year? So if they don't provide, we normally assume there are 365 days in a year. If they have not provided, we assume there are 365 days in a year. Normally, if they don't specify, we normally assume there are 365 days in a year. There are normally 365 days in a year. So we go to the Roman letter 3, number of transfers. Number of transfers are the same as the number of orders under the economic order quantity. When they want you to get the number of transfers, they are the same as the number of the orders under the economic order quantity. So to get the number of transfers, so number of the transfers, you simply take T divided by C. To get the number of the transfers, you remember how to get the number of the orders. We are taking R divided by economic order quantity. The same scenario for this. So T is what we have as 45 millions. So C, you calculated in the Roman letter 1. It was 183,700 and what? 183,711 number 12. Yeah, so to get the number of transfers, simply take T divided by C. You simply take T divided by C. So when you take T divided by C, how many transfers are they? 7. There are 45. Exactly 245. It was 240. Point 2.9. So you round them off. Even if it was 244.1, orders, we round them off upwards. Orders are rounded off upwards because if I round it downwards, my customers will miss. I rather have excess than rounding off downwards. So orders or transfers, round them off upwards. So you are getting 245 transfers. Sometimes they normally ask you the frequency. You can add there Roman letter 4 as the frequency of orders or the frequency of transfers. So we can write there the frequency of the transfers. They normally ask you to come up with the frequency of the transfers. So if they ask you to come up with the frequency for the transfers, we simply say that 245 transfers are for 365 days because it is here. How about one transfer will take how long? If you want to know the number of the transfer, the frequency of the transfers, you want to know how many days we make a transfer. So we just cross multiply. You take 365 multiplied by 1, divide by 245. We just cross multiply to get those ones are number of days. What you'll be getting there are days per transfer. How often you take. So you take how long to make a transfer? Yeah. 2 days we don't round them on. We have hours. Yeah. Days they have hours. You're getting 1 point? 1.4. Yeah, that's how it's actually. Yeah. Transfers, just want to know the frequency. So let us also include there the Roman letter 5. So yeah, Roman letter 5. The total cost of maintaining the cash balances. We can also add there the total cost of maintaining the cash balances in a year. The total cost of maintaining the cash balances in a year. The total cost of maintaining the cash balances in a year. So to get that total cost, we start off with the holding cost. So to get the holding cost, it will be a half CK. Yeah, this is for cash, but the one for stock was a half Q CI, but this one will be a half CK. So this will be a half, you know, C we got 100 and what? 180, 183, 700 and yes. K we know it is what percent? K is 8%, which is the same as 0.08. So you get the value for that. So that is now the holding cost. Then there is that item of the ordering cost. So ordering cost for this one, it should be T divided by C, then multiplied by F. Also, they should be the same. So T divided by C, multiplied by what? Remember, T was 40 what? T was it 45 millions? And C, it is 183,712. So F was how much? Was it 30? And so these two figures will be the same. So those figures will be the same. Add them together and see what you should be able to get from that level. Are they the same? Yeah, if they ask you to get the total cost, those two figures are meant to be the same. So there's a similar question. December 2021. This is the example. December 2021. December 2021. There is a question number 5. There is a question number 5, part B. Part B and C. December 2021. Question number 5, part B and C. So go to this, the one for the exam, not the pilot paper. December 2021. Question number 5, part B and part C. Mine's on page 18. Is it also on page 18? Question 5. So I want you to check part B. Are you able to see part? It may not be clear part B. It is analyze 3 motives of holding cash. The part B, they are asking you to analyze 3 motives of holding the cash. Those are the reasons that was part of the question I was checking. So when you go to the page number 4, sorry, page 5 in the notes. When you go to page 5 in the handout, are you able to see that page 5 in the handout? Yeah. Number 1 is transaction purpose. One of the motives why you hold the cash will be for the transaction purpose. When you have cash, you can transact. That is the first motive. The second motive is for precautionary measures. The second motive why we hold the cash will be precautionary measures. So precautionary, as I had explained, We require cash for unpredictable events. Yeah, you need to have cash for any eventuality coming up. That is why for precautionary measures. Then there is also speculative purpose. There is also speculative purpose. So cash balances may be held to enable the company to take advantage of bargaining power in order to receive any quantity discount being offered. You have seen some companies, they sell their product on offer. Especially like Safaricom, they normally sell their phones on offer. So when you have cash during that time, you can be able to buy when an item is on offer. When an item is on offer. When an item is on offer. Someone is asking whether to add. That is why it is total cost. You add the two. Even from the other economic order quantity, I was adding them together. You add them together to get the total cost. There are two items, add them together to get it as the total cost. Remember, the total cost was purchase cost plus holding cost plus what? Ordering cost. But this one has no other item. So let us check now the part C of the same question. Part C, they have said that Jasim Limited generates shillings 100,000 per month. Excess cash, which it intends to invest in the short-term securities. Interest rate it can expect to earn on its investment is what percent? 10% per annum. The transaction cost with cash with each separate investment for the funds is constant at how much? At 500. So required from letter 1, the optimal amount of cash to invested in each transaction. From letter 2, number of transactions are the same as the number of transfers. From letter 3, total cost of making the transfer. So total cost you will calculate the holding cost and ordering cost. The one for the opportunity cost of holding cash, that one we shall get to that. But let us first check the Roman letter 1, how to get the optimal cash balance. Optimal cash balance is the same as C. The optimal cash balance we have said is the same as C. So C is supposed to be given by 2FT divided by what? So we need to get T. T they gave you per month. We need to get per annum because interest rate has given per annum. So what you do, you are given how much per month? Are you able to see 100,000 per month? But we have how many months in a year? 12. So multiplied by 12. So that we get our T. The total cash required in a year. Because interest rate has been given per annum. So even that amount will be, so it will give us how much? With 1.2 million. 1.2 million. Then F is given. F, they gave you how much? But they're going to give you 500. Then K, they gave you an interest of what percent? 10%. So now our C should be 2 multiplied by 1.2 multiplied by 500. I've interchanged, but the meaning is still the same. Then you divide by 0. So I've just F is the 500, G is the 1.2. So get that back. So I'm not how much. You are getting 109. Are we all getting 109? Yeah, so we go to the Roman letter 2. Roman letter 2, the number of transactions are the same as the number of transfers. Number of the transactions there are the same as the number of transfers. Number of the transaction is the same as the number of transfers. So to get the number of transfers, simply take T divided by C. So T is 1.2 million. So C, you have said it is 100 by 25 like that. Yeah. So get that particular number of transfers. So how many are they? That's 11. Yeah, so you round them up to 11. So let us go to the Roman letter 4, Roman letter 3, total cost making the order. So you also now calculate the total cost of making the order. We come up with the total cost. So to calculate now our total costs. So total cost, we start off with the holding costs. So holding cost is equal to a half C A. That is the same as a half. So our C of said 109. 5.5. Then our K is 10%, isn't it? It's the same as 0.1. So that should give you what is supposed to be the holding cost. Then factor in the ordering cost. So ordering cost is T divided by C multiplied by F. So T divided by C multiplied by F. So T is 1.2 million. So C is 109 to find F was how much? Yeah, so these two figures are supposed to be the same, but add them together. Those two figures should be the same. Remember to add them together. Remember to add them together. Remember to add them together. So tunapata nini? So finally, go to the Roman letter 4, opportunity cost of holding cash per annum. The opportunity cost of holding cash per annum. The opportunity cost. So that opportunity cost, simply take the interest rate, which is 10%, multiplied by the annual cash balance, which was 1.2 million. So to get the opportunity cost is simply the interest you charge on that amount. Simply the interest per annum. Opportunity cost, simply get the interest per annum. You simply come up with the interest per annum. So that is now about the formal cash management model. Those questions have been on the formal cash management model. So when you go back to the handout, there is that page 5, number 2, Miller and Oros cash management model. So I want you to go back to the handout. Now, the first model we have been dealing with is the formal cash management model. So number 2 there is Miller and Oros cash management model. Are you able to see it on page 5? Yeah, so that is now our next model under the cash management, the Miller and Oros cash management model. So that is now what we shall do next in our next class. When we meet now tomorrow, we shall start on the Miller and Oros. So I will be able to finish, if possible, we should finish that handout tomorrow. If possible, we should be able to finish it tomorrow. But you have seen the frequency of that handout in most of the questions. Yeah, so you will read the theory part. Make sure you read the theory part. I will do all the computational aspects, but also try and do it. Read the theory part of it. So we can stop there for today. When we meet tomorrow, we should be able to see whether we finish that topic. Online, I sent some notes in the class group, the dividend policy. Remember to have them. Once we finish this topic, we shall now go to the dividend policy. Once we finish this topic, we shall go to the dividend policy. So we can stop there for today.